Welcome everybody. I'm Tanner. This is Kason and this is Kenny. We're just gonna talk about a lot of cool stuff, just sports, whatever it is. So we're gonna start out. It's Derek Jeter's last year in professional baseball. There's just over a week and a half of the season left, and the Yankees may not make it playoffs. So Kason, what do you think? Do you think the Yankees will make it or not?
It's tough to say whether they will or not, but I hope they do because it's Jeter's last year and he was just so awesome. I love that guy.
What about you?
Well, they're the Yankees.
Yeah.
They're always a competitor, especially with Derek Jeter last year. He's probably going to bring his A game.
His 38-year-old A game.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Yankees, but I'm pretty sure that he'll at least finish strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a lot of obstacles, but I think they'll do it. A lot of teams need to lose as well for them to be in. Okay, now we're going to talk about college football. First year college football playoff. Kenny, who do you have as your 4 teams in based on that?
Well, I know for sure for 2. Well, the Big 12, there's 2 teams in there. There's Baylor and Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I think Oklahoma will still beat Baylor, so definitely Oklahoma. Oregon. SEC is pretty strong this year, but I had South Carolina, but
Hey, you never know. They beat Georgia, so
I think maybe either Texas A&M or Ole Miss.
Mhm.
So I'm going with Texas A&M.
Okay.
And then I'm going with, let's see, another team.
Pac-12 team, Oregon, a lot of good teams.
Let's go with well, the Big Ten is out pretty much.
Basically, yeah.
Let's just go with FSU, Florida State.
Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going FSU, Alabama, Oregon, and Oklahoma.
Cool. I think the same thing. So a lot of people are talking about BOE right now. They're undefeated. Do they get in? What do you think, Kenny?
Well, they don't give much credit to BYU, especially with their strength of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It really depends on how their opponents end up, but their opponents aren't really playing anyone big either.
Yeah.
So it really depends on luck, luck of the draw. I think.
Yeah.
Just how they end up and where the other teams end up, and even if I just don't think that they're gonna even give BYU a shot.
Yeah. What about you?
No, BYU has maybe a chance finishing top 10. Maybe go to a big bowl game. What they call them, New Year's Six games now.
Yeah.
But
like that, yeah.
playoff, I wouldn't put them into the top 4.
It's still early. I think if BYU goes undefeated, they'll be in. Obviously, it depends on the other teams. How many losses do they have? But BYU, as we know, they beat Connecticut and Texas pretty good. And then at home, they beat Houston by 8. For the road ahead, what do you think of them?
For BYU,
Mm-hmm. The next couple games.
I think they're
Virginia tomorrow.
I think they're a great team. I think they have great depth. The only thing that's a problem is their offensive linemen. I think they still have improvement to make for their offense to be more explosive. They have a lot of good playmakers like wide receivers and running backs.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
Taysom Hill is he's a stud. But BYU just can't just rely on him to make all the plays.
Yeah.
Which I think there's other, if the offensive lineman can give Taysom Hill more time to throw and open up holes for running backs, and I think there'll be more playmakers besides Taysom Hill.
Yeah. What about you?
I just, after seeing the Houston game and seeing that Taysom Hill, his passing was on for the first couple games, but the Houston game, it wasn't nearly as good as we saw against Texas and Connecticut, and it actually gives me hope that he won't enter the draft after his junior year.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
the NFL isn't really a place for quarterbacks that can't pass very well, and he still has some work to do. So I think, at least in that respect, we will probably see him at BYU for his senior year. So that's awesome.
It is really cool.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
You know, he'll do great things, but BYU is probably going to have to.
What do you think about Steve
Rely on
Young's quote
next
about Taysom Hill being a better him?
Well, yeah. I mean, Steve Young played in the '80s. So it's, I don't know. Steve Young was great, but Taysom Hill is probably better. But everyone's better at this point.
He's just an athlete.
The game
He's
keeps advancing. Yeah, it's true.
He's hard to stop.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely fast, but I agree with Kaysen that he'll need another year, but he will be in the NFL draft following his senior year. So.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, and I hope to see you next time.